On this channel, I've taught you all kinds of flips that you can go out and learn, but what I haven't taught you is that every single flip fits into just 5 categories, and knowing them will make you so much better at identifying and learning new flips. So we're gonna go over them today. One is front flips. Now, when you hear front flip, you probably think of something like this, but the front tuck is really just one type of front flip in the entire category of front flips. And I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. It just describes any flip where you're flipping forward. So here are some examples. We've got the Webster, we've got the front layout, the front pike, front step out. I might throw in some more. 2, completely flipping it the other direction, we have back flips. Also pretty self-explanatory. It describes any flip where you're, flipping backwards. Now, the common technique that you're gonna find between all backwards moving flips is that you're most of the time, if it's standing, you're gonna sink down and you're gonna jump as high as you can. You're gonna throw your arms up so that they're about, facing the sky, and then throw your waist over yourself so that you flip backwards. Some of the most common examples of back flips are the back tuck, the back layout, flash kick, and grab tuck. And then to finish off the 3 most basic types of flips, the 3 main categories, we have side flips. So any flip where you're moving sideways. So the common technique you're gonna find with side flip is that most of them are gonna rely on running up and then punching. So you put your legs slightly in front of your entire body so that you can transfer your momentum up and then do the flip. And then also all side flips, you'll see your dominant hand lifted up, your non-dominant hand on the other side, and you have a swinging motion sideways. While flipping over your side may look easy, a lot of the time when people are starting to learn side flips, they'll just do a front flip naturally, and that's completely normal. So you're just gonna wanna, if you're practicing side flips, just keep going at it, you'll get it. Some of the most common types of side flips are just the regular side flip, stall side flip, tunnel flip, and inward side flip. Now we begin our trek into the more weird kinds of flips, the more abstract ones, and this category is gonna be twists. This basically describes any flip where you're twisting, and the reason this gets funny is because there can be a lot of overlap between like twisting flips and back flips and front flips and side flips. And that's the main thing that makes these next 2 categories weird, is that it starts to introduce overlap between categories. So it's technically possible to have a flip that's in every single category, but we'll get to that. Now, all twisting flips follow a similar form. That being said, back twist, side twist, and front twist all have very slightly different things about them, but they all follow the same technique of generally trying to keep your body as straight as possible and tucking all of your limbs in as far as you can just to maximize that twist. So as a general rule, you're going to be throwing both of your arms in the direction that you're twisting, either up or down. So with a front twist, you're going to throw both of your arms. I usually throw only one arm because I find it easier, but a lot of time you'll throw both of your arms down towards your side that you're twisting. And then with back twists, the complete opposite, you're going to throw both of your arms up and then towards the side that you're twisting. Twisting flips also contain different twists that don't necessarily fit perfectly into categories, like for example the butterfly twist, which builds off the butterfly kick. This is, if anything, kind of like a side twist, but it also isn't like a side flip, so I don't know what I'd call it. Some of the most common examples of twists would be the back full, the front full, butterfly twist, aerial twist, double full, and Rudy. And now the last category of flips is going to be the apparatus flip. Apparatus flips include pretty much any flip that uses an object other than the floor. And once again, you can probably understand where this gets a little overlappy, because pretty much every single flip goes either forward, sideways, or backwards. The new flips included with apparatus are wall flips, castaways, vaulting flips like Kong fronts, Kong gainers, stuff like that, bar flips, palm flips, and drops, and also way more than I forgot, more than likely. You can see a lot of overlap between apparatus flips and regular flips. So just to use an example, the regular wall flip takes a lot of technique from the back flip, but it also has the added technique of using the wall. And if you want to further that overlap, you can make that a wall full, so now you have a twisting, apparatus, and back flip. But what's the common technique between apparatus flips? Well, since a lot of them are just so different, like some use your hands, some use your feet, it's hard to make a general rule for all of them. But if I separate them into subcategories, I guess, then I can kind of start to give you common rules. So on pretty much every apparatus flip where you use your hands, it's going to include the same common technique of having your legs extended, sometimes arching your back, sometimes not, and then snapping your legs shut to get that rotation. Because usually when you're flipping off of your hands, you can't, throw your hands to get yourself rotation. So you have to rely on using your legs. As an example of this, you can look to the castaway, and then also the palm flip, and then also pimp flip, Kong gainer, gate gainer, and flyaway. With wall flips, they all share the technique of stepping off the wall, obviously. So you kick off the wall using the balls of your feet to get a lot of traction, and then, doing whatever flip you were gonna do. Now that you know the categories of flips, you're all set to go start learning them. So go watch this video to go learn your first 5 flips.